It is on, back home. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in for Week 10 Chicago Bears preview as the Bears sit at 5-3, coming off, let's just say it, probably the craziest game in franchise history and definitely for the sake of my life. Bears 5-3 to take on the New York Giants, who come into this game sitting at 2-7 on their season, and they are coming off of a loss last week to the San Francisco 49ers at home. But before I get into my thoughts, previews, and predictions of things that we can look out for in this Week 10 matchup as the Bears come back home, make sure you guys leave this video a like as it continues to help this channel to grow and it beats the YouTube algorithm. And make sure you click the subscribe button and notification bell, because I am trying to reach 6K subs before the end of 2025, and we're about 150 away. So your love and support will do a great deal of getting me to the goal of 6K subs by the end of the calendar year. But it's time to talk some Chicago Bears football. Without further ado, let's dive into it. All right, so I'm going to keep the format that I did last week. It's not going to be just offense, defense. I'm just going to talk about the whole game in general. Now, the couple of keys as for this Bears offense and this Bears team, I think going up against the Giants team, which is kind of crazy to think. I would have thought with the defensive line of Dexter Lawrence, Roy Robertson Harris, former Bear, Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Nunez Roaches, there is no way on God's green earth I would have thought the New York Giants will be second to last against the run. There's no way. There is no way I would have thought that. And then you're talking about the Bears team that these last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, we can kind of exclude the Baltimore game, have been running the football tremendously. And it looks like we're going to have a healthy DeAndre Swift, for this ball game. So easily I could see, just by looking at things, the Bears are going to try to, again, run the football, as the Bears sit as the second-ranked rush offense in the NFL. And we know that the season's kind of started off early, struggles of running the football, but with this Ben Johnson offense, the Bears have finally started to catch their groove as far as the offensive line play has gone. And I've always felt that things have been different. And since Theo Benedict has been into the lineup, and then we're talking about this front four that's going to be accounted for in this game. So some complimentary football is going to have to be played. Bears are going to have to run the football. And the Giants, they are a very good running football team, at least the last few weeks. They are 14th. But when you add the element of a Jaxson Dart, it sucks that Cam Scatterbull is out, because I really enjoyed watching him play. Tyrone Tracy Jr. is a very solid back. Devin Singletary, he's had some success in his league. And the one thing that the Giants have been better at, even though the numbers show they're 19th, is because they have been throwing the football better with Jaxson Dart as their starting quarterback versus what they've been earlier in the year with Russell Wilson. So I think keys for both teams is that they're going to come out and try to run a football, especially with the Bears defense being the 25th ranked run defense in the league. But one thing the Bears can do, along with anybody else in the league, is score points. They rank 6th at 26.9 points a game. We could basically say 27. And the Giants give up a lot of points. They rank 28th at 27.7 points per game. But the Bears ain't no better. Their defense is ranked 29th, giving up 28.4 points per game. But the Giants offensively don't score a lot of points. They're ranked 22nd with 21.9 points per game. And you guys know probably I'm not the biggest guy into numbers. It's just some things tell a little bit more of a story. And the one thing that the Giants, they haven't really turned the football over as an offense outside of that 5 turnover game against the New Orleans Saints. This is not an offense that really turns the football over a ton. With Jaxson Dart, with his 6 starts, he only has 3 interceptions in those 6 starts. But we know one thing the Bears are prevalent at doing is taking the football away. So, like most games, especially when you're trying to get after a younger quarterback, you have added Joe Tryon-Shoyinka into your defensive front along with Sweat, Jarrett, Dexter Sr. Dominic Robertson is questionable, with Daboll is now out for the year on IR. It's interesting to see how the Bears are going to create pressure getting after Jaxson Dart. And one thing you're going to have to do with Jaxson Dart is especially creating pressure. You're going to have to get it up the middle, and you're going to have to contain the outsides of creating pressure because Jaxson Dart has tremendous mobility and getting outside of the pocket, very similar to Caleb Williams, who has good mobility going outside the pocket, going up against the defensive front and a Burns, a Harris, a Lawrence, a Abdul Carter that the Giants can present. Now, one thing that has been kind of, I want to say, lacking a bit for both teams in spots, especially last week for the Bears, is secondary play. Whether it's Nahshon Wright he's been, I'm not going to say wildly inconsistent, but it's been a hit or miss, I will be honest. Jaquan Brisker, we seen last week, he was kind of out of coverage a lot. And the one way that you can attack this Bears defense, and we've seen it, is they are struggling when getting the seams attacked. We saw last week against the Bengals, when you attack the seams, even though it's not even a comparison between the Bengals weaponry and the Giants weaponry, but I don't sleep on Wan'Dale Robinson, who's been having a really solid season, Darius Slayton, and it does suck that they don't have Malik Neighbors, but I just think in a game like this, when we're talking about how the Giants are going to probably attack this Bears defenses, they're going to try to get the tight end Theo Johnson involved, who has been Jaxson Dart's pretty much go-to guy with this football team. Now, the offensive line is a little bit shaky for the Giants, as Schmitz Jr. and Illuminor are both questionable for this ball game, but it does help that you have a mobile quarterback in Jaxson Dart who can kind of escape and make some things happen. So, for the most part, I think the key for this game is you're going to have to maintain or limit Jaxson Dart's ability to be effective mobile. If he's effective in his mobile game, whether it's getting some quarterback runs, and we've seen the Giants, they have been doing some design QB draws and QB runs. If you're able to limit him and force him to throw the football and limit the run game for the Giants, I think you play right into your hands. Then on top of that, the Bears are able to run the football, and the Bears are able to get some plays happen off of the play-action pass, and I think the run game could be better now that the DeAndre Swift is probably going to play. No injury designation as far as I'm looking as of right now. Then you have Odunze and DJ Moore, both questionable, but it seems like both guys are going to play along with Zacchaeus. Cole Kmet is questionable, but Coastal Loveland coming off of an NFC Offensive Player of the Week type of performance and that last touchdown against Cincinnati. I think things could spell good for these Bears unit offensively. Now, the one thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to protect Caleb, because the Giants have that really stout defensive front when it comes to rushing and passer that can create some havoc. So I think with this offensive line, you're going to have to be key with Thibodeau as well. You're going to have to be key in which guy to pick up, because they can blitz. They have been moving around. I think you're going to have to be protective more of Caleb. Keep him comfortable, because we seen last week he kind of got uncomfortable for a bit. And Caleb, I just think he has to be accurate. Because we've seen points in last week's game that Caleb, he had some of those throws where he kind of missed. And it's been a thing for me, at least what I've seen of Caleb all season, is that he has tendencies to kind of be not erratic, but inaccurate. And there's a difference, because the erratic will be throwing the football all over the place, turning the football over tremendously. He doesn't do that, but there have been spots where if he throws it just a hitch earlier, if he throws it just a hitch sooner, or if he throws it just a little lower. So I think those kind of throws and those kind of things will come with time, especially with Caleb. But I think he definitely has to be more accurate. Even though this Giants secondary is not really that great. And there are teams and there are moments where you can really throw the football on this Giants team, which ranks 24th against the pass. So you can throw the football on this Giants team. I just think Caleb has to be more accurate. And the Bears aren't any better. They rank 25th against the pass. But I think the element of turning the football over could be key, as the Bears are the number one team in takeaways with 19 takeaways, which is crazy to say out loud. The Bears have 19 takeaways, and they only have 6 turnovers on this offense. So the Bears do a good job of the turnover ratio. And another key is that the Bears are going to have to perform better on third down on both sides of the ball. And the Bears are going to have to keep those penalties to a minimum, because we've seen the Bears can be a heavily penalized team in the league. For this year, they have 71 penalties for 576 yards. The Giants aren't any better. They have 69 penalties for 583 yards. So I think a key, you're going to have to keep the penalties to a minimum. And they have 10 first downs given up on penalties alone. And on top of that, which teams can convert to a better rate on third down efficiency. And I'll give you guys my keys to games now. And I think this is just any football game, college, pro, whatever. Turnover ratio, third down efficiency, penalties, and red zone opportunities, which the Bears are not very good in the red zone. Those are going to be keys. That's to any football game, and especially with this game, in the game that nobody, I'm not going to say nobody, but a lot of people expect the Bears to win this game. And we know as Bears fans, this could be a game that they lose. So I'll just leave that there. But with all this said, my pick in this game is going to be, I'm rolling with the home team. I am rolling with the Chicago Bears to win this game, 27-20. And I picked 27-20. I think the Bears, they are going to have some of those laps defensively, and it's been happening all year. And I think with Jaxson Dart's mobility and his ability to create plays outside the pocket as well, the Bears kind of have a hard time defending quarterbacks that can move. Even though we have the linebacker speed, they have a hard time defending that. So I think there's going to be some lapses there. And another thing, I think the Bears are going to commit to running the football, and I think they're going to be successful at running the football. But the way this offensive line is played and some of those zone blocking schemes with Swift and Mononga's ability to cut, I think they're going to have an advantage there. Advantage turnover Bears. I think Jaxson Dart, if you start to get to him, you start to get home, you start to rattle him, you start to confuse him with Dennis Allen's defense, he is going to create some turnovers on you. You're going to create turnovers on him. And I think the Bears are going to do that. And I think Caleb Williams, I don't expect them to have the greatest of games. I will be honest. I don't expect them to have the greatest of games. But I do expect him to play well enough to where he doesn't make those mistakes. He gets some of those key throws, and the Bears are sitting themselves in third and shorts, which opens up so much of the playbook to where you can call and go so forward on some of those fourth downs if you don't create some of those third down conversions. So I think the Bears are going to run the football well. I think the Bears are going to win a turnover battle. And I also think the Bears are going to limit a little bit of what the Giants can do offensively, because I think they're going to run the football very well. You're not facing Joe Flacco as you did last week, so I don't think the Bears defensively were going to get kind of shredded to pieces like they did against Joe Flacco. I think they're going to play better. I think their secondary is going to be a little better as far as coverage. And you're going to put Jaxson Dart in some of those situations to where they probably blitz him and he confuses him and forces him into mistakes. And I think that is going to be a big advantage in this ball game, and which is why I'm picking the Bears to win at home 27-20. But that is all I have. Make sure you guys leave this video a like as it continues to help this channel to grow and to beat the YouTube algorithm. And also make sure you guys click the subscribe button and notification bell. The goal is 6K by the end of 2025. But I am APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great and excellent day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Yo, what's up, guys? APW Sports here, and today's video is being brought to you by ExpressVPN. Now, there's a few things I really like about having ExpressVPN. One, I feel protected. Being on the internet a lot as a content creator, or being on the internet period, especially in the 2025 modern era, you're going to need protections from hackers. You're going to need protections from your passwords. You're going to need protections from your vital credit card, vital personal information. ExpressVPN does an excellent job of protecting you. And also, if things happen to slip or if things have been exposed before, you will get alerts to your phone that will let you know that things have been exposed to the dark web and that you should take action. And then another thing that I really like about it is that you can unlock more of Netflix. Now, me personally, if you guys don't know, I am a big WWE fan. And since the WWE has a partnership with Netflix in the international areas, you can get your PLEs, you can get your Raw, SmackDown, NXT, all things WWE on Netflix. Best thing to do, switch your location to say a Canada, to say a United Kingdom, and bam, there you go. You have all your access to your WWE content, and it unlocks more things that necessarily United States does not carry. And that is another thing that I really love about ExpressVPN. So to get yours today and get 3 months free, click the link below and use code APW Sports at checkout to get 3 months free of ExpressVPN. You will not regret that at all. Best investment you will ever make. Protect yourself and unlock more television on Netflix to watch. Now, we're gonna get back to this video.